Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to dive into a classic fable. It's one of those stories that seems simple on the surface, but man, it has so much to say about conflict, trust, and, well, how a clever outsider can turn a simple argument into their own personal feast.
And really, the whole story boils down to this one powerful question. Think about it. When two people are fighting, how does a third person profit from that? That's the exact dilemma we're going to watch play out right here.
All right, so our story kicks off, like a lot of good stories do, with two friends and a bit of good luck. This first part is called Rundu Pilulu Okarote, which just means two cats, one bread.
So I want you to picture this, right? You've got two cat buddies just strolling through the forest, and boom, they stumble upon a piece of bread. In that one moment, life is good. They're happy, they've got food, and they're going to share it. Perfect.
But yeah, you guessed it. That simple joy, that perfect moment of finding something together, it doesn't last long. See, the problem wasn't finding the bread. The real problem was figuring out how to divide it. And that, right there, is where the trouble starts.
And this is the sound of their friendship starting to crack. You can just hear it, can't you? One of them yells, "No, my piece is smaller." And just like that, it's not our bread anymore. Nope, it's my piece versus your piece. The whole thing shifts from sharing a meal to just winning the argument.
This is such a crucial moment in the story. The second that trust evaporated, all that was left was suspicion and greed. And because they couldn't solve their own problem, they basically created a vacuum, an opening for someone else to step right in and take advantage.
And, right on cue, who shows up? An outsider. Someone who presents himself as the perfect solution to their little problem. So let's meet the monkey in this next part, which the story calls The Monkey's Judgment.
Now look at how the monkey does this. He is so clever. He doesn't just show up. He arrives looking all wise and official. And get this, he's brought a set of scales with him. The ultimate symbol of justice. To these two desperate cats, he looks like the absolute perfect person to solve their problem.
And because they were so stuck in their fight, what do? They agree. And this, right here, is the major turning point. The moment they hand that bread over to the monkey, they're not just giving him bread. They're giving him all their power, all their control. They basically just outsourced their entire problem to him.
So, was this monkey really interested in justice? I think we all know the answer to that. Let's break down his brilliant and, pretty cynical, clever trick.
Okay, so the monkey's method is just a masterclass in manipulation, but he makes it look like fairness. It's genius, really. Step 1, he puts the two pieces on his scales. Well, of course, one side is a little heavier. So he says, "Oh, let me just balance this," and takes a bite from the heavier piece. But now, oops, the other side is heavier. So he has to take a bite from that one to even things out. You see where this is going, right? He just keeps repeating this over and over, all in the name of perfect balance.
And the whole time this is happening, the two cats can only sit there and watch. They're completely helpless, just seeing their prize disappear bite by bite. The very justice they asked for, the process they agreed to, is literally eating away the very thing they were fighting over. So, what's the big takeaway here? What does this super simple fable actually teach us about our own fights, our own disagreements? Let's dig into the story's moral.
The first lesson is kind of harsh, but it's true. Parula nastam, parula labam. Basically, one person's loss is another person's gain. Think about it. The monkey's profit came directly from the cat's failure to get along. Their fight literally fed him. And you see this play out all the time in the real world, right? Like in business disputes where the only people who really win are the lawyers, or in politics when two sides are so busy fighting that a third party just swoops in and takes everything.
But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a more hopeful message here too. Kalisi undatam kuda sukham. And that just means there is real happiness in staying united. It's so simple when you think about it. If the cats had just trusted each other, if they'd figured out a way to work together from the very beginning, they both would have had a meal, and that sneaky monkey would have walked away with absolutely nothing.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Looking back at the whole story, who were the real fools here? Was it the cats who couldn't stop fighting? Or was it the monkey who so cleverly took advantage of them? Something to chew on.